What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the 11th episode of Higurashi When They Cry U/Go. This one is Curse Deceiving Chapter Part 3. And oh god, this is a rough one. I think it's fair to say. Before we get into my descriptions and stuff, just a reminder that picture-in-picture versions of this reaction series are available. You can go to my Patreon and subscribe with the basic tier, £4 a month, and you get access to every picture-in-picture reaction that I do on the channel. For now, it's just this, Moriarty, and Jujutsu Kaisen, but from winter 2021 onwards, it'll be every show I watch on the channel. Link to that is in the description. So, that out of the way, this is just going to be the timer format, obviously. Yeah, this arc is, as expected, Sachiko focused. I kind of guessed that going in. I didn't quite expect it to be as heavy-hitting as it was. Like, okay, the other chapters, or arcs, I guess, have been, they've been tense and well built up to have the suspense and have the eeriness that comes with it. But last time hit way different. And as one of you pointed out, who was it that pointed this one out? I think it was Tornado Nick pointed out that the author has experience with child welfare and family issues due to being working as like a social civil services type worker. So that might explain why this hits just as hard. Also, it's just a very real prospect. Like, the whole things with curses and the killings and stuff, it's all kind of like fantasy to an extent. It's like, oh, well, I'm sure this happens, but like, in our everyday day-to-day lives, we would never come across something like this. I'm sure these types of conspiracies and incidents, as they were, I'm sure they happen in the world. Like, it's bound to happen in the world somewhere. Like, there's too many people on this planet for something like this not to exist, right? But this one is so much more relatable and more expected because you can guarantee that if you go back and think to your school, you could definitely pick out a kid or two that had a rough family situation like this. Almost certainly. Because bad parents are unfortunately a lot more common than they should be. And, ugh. It just hits that hard, and especially when you're watching a kid go through like that. And again, it's just hats off to the author and the scene directors and everyone behind the show for making it have as much impact as it did. Like, I think when I initially watched it, I had that shock reaction. It's persisted. Like, the entire week waiting for this, that feeling has not subsided. I still feel as strongly about how that scene impacted me as last time as I do this time. It has not waned, unlike Elena, which kind of died down a bit. This one kept that same level of just like, oh god, about it. So, yeah, we got more backstory on Teppei and what happened there, the family, the brother disappearing, and that's why she was so close to the brother. The brother would normally be there to protect her, but now the brother is gone. I don't know if we're going to talk about why the brother is gone or what the brother's doing or if he's going to come back. I'm not quite sure if we're going to explore that just yet. But yeah, we also spent a bit more time with Ilie because he came across much better this episode. I think because he came across more as a normal, serious type person. Whereas in the previous episode, it was kind of like his off sense of humor that just made him kind of creepy. I still suspect him, just because of the clinic. And I know there's something up with the goddamn clinic, but we're not getting there yet. And then we also had another scene with Oishi. Again, just Oishi's mannerisms, again, made me suspect him, but I think that's just because he's desperate to get to the bottom of this. From what I interpret, he's just desperate because he knows something's going on here. He knows it's just not accidents or these instances that he's being written off as every single time. He knows there's something more to this curse, and there clearly is something more to it, and he's just trying to find out, and as a result, he comes across as quite abrasive, especially in his interrogation technique, with people he's not aware of. So, and considering Keiichi's state of mind at the time, it makes more sense why he was so hostile to Oishi. So, yeah, after looking back at it, yeah, a lot of more things make sense than in my first watch through, so I will admit that. Was there anything else I needed to mention? I don't think I did. Oh, no, there was something else I wanted to mention. But I don't know if we're going to get there this time. Because the only thing that has been consistent with both of these chapters in the terms of events is obviously we go through the festival and we get there, but when we are at the festival, it's always Jiro and Takano that disappear. The first time they just disappeared. The second time they stole a van and disappeared. This time, are we going to mention them again this time? Or is it because, well, I don't know if we'll have time to really mention that, or if we're going to talk much about the festival because of Satoko's arc. Is Rika going to... Is she going to have the mindset to complete the festival ritual, whatever it is? Like, or is her mind going to be elsewhere, thinking of Satoko because of her very, very violent and exposed breakdown in the middle of the classroom? I have questions, but yeah, all I can do is just watch and see where they want to leave it off, because we're in the second half of this arc now, and I'm kind of curious where they're going to go with it. So, let's load the episode up here, shall we? As per usual, this version on the YouTube is the time-based format version. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1, play. Then on play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we will be in sync. Timer at the bottom left for you. We'll watch this one on Funimation as per usual, since that's who's licensed it. Kanekawa logo to start, and then the Funimation logo, so about 11 seconds of logos for those keeping track. If you don't want to do time-based formats, in the description below you'll find the picture-in-picture version, which is available to my Patrons, just £4 a month. Gets you access to every single picture-in-picture reaction on the channel, which, when we start winter 2021, will roughly equate to around about 80 videos or so a month for £4, which I think is pretty good value. Anyway, let's get the actual episode going, shall we? Because I'm excited. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, play. Kanekawa logo, and Funimation. Cheers to that. Oh boy, we're starting off with this. Oh boy. Don't try and touch her. Don't try and touch her. I like how Rika's just covering her ears. Fuck, dude. We had to start with that, didn't we? I mean, we had to, because we left it like that, but my god. Alright. I don't know where it's gonna go now. Alright. Here we go. Well. Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The way she can just switch between those is disturbing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, Shield. Oh boy. But that's not gonna get anywhere. Holy shit. And there's, yep, from when he did it. Well, okay. Okay, there's a link there. Using the family, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Honestly, I don't know in this situation. Hmm. Hmm. Rika's reaction to that was interesting. Well, we'll see about that. Holy shit. Will you, though? Who blocked it? Or did he just take it? He just took it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Her voice is very different there. Ha. Hmm. Hmm. What? Um. Well, yeah. They still need proof. Oh boy. New character we're gonna meet, I guess? Obviously. Who is it? That's not helping. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Hmm. That doesn't help. Mm-hmm. Hey, he's the legal guardian. Yeah. He's the only one left. He's the only family left, technically. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't ask. Right. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. This brute force approach isn't helping. Hmm. In the end, it didn't really do anything. I guess you need proof. Without proof, nothing's going to change. Yeah, no. Who's the caseworker? That's confidentiality, probably. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, what are we gonna do? Get the entire class involved, okay. Mm-hmm. Although they have a point, they can't discuss it for confidentiality. I mean, yes, it is right, but mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not physically, but mm-hmm. Oh. Mm-hmm. Cool. I like the two distinct voices she has, essentially. Oh, okay. active is a stretch. Mm. Hmm. Possibility of involvement. Mm-hmm. Where'd all that money go, though? Hmm. Yeah. Radar. That chance is already gone. Mm-hmm. Calm yourself, Shion. That's going way too far. Hariyama. Hariyama? I don't know if that name's important, but who the hell's Hariyama? Why do I feel like I've heard that name before? Hmm. Hmm. Like the dam. No, not likely. Mm-hmm. Everyone's rallying behind it. Is this going to be the entire episode, just getting everyone rallied? Interesting. Okay. I mean, if you live near them, get your parent. Well, do they have parents? If your parents are around, get your parents involved. Oh boy. Oh boy, Rika. That's ominous. Oh, hi, Oishi. What are you up to? Where are you going? Why are they so ominous with the book? Why? Why are they so ominous with Oishi? Where's he going? Let me guess, he's going to the Hojo's house, probably. I don't goddamn know. They're so ominous with him this arc, and I don't quite understand why. But we're starting to see Rika more prominently now. Because I said this entire time. Like, I feel like Rika is the prominent character in this series. Especially after episode 2. The little cold open that they gave. But she's been kind of on the sidelines through most of this. And it's only now that she's starting to be more prominent as we enter the third arc. We're also a long way off from the festival this arc. Alright, next time. Part 4, and presumably the final part. I presume the final part, at least. Okay. Okay. The pacing of this is very different to the previous arcs. Because by this point, we already have suspicions, and we have people... We already have some of the curse really starting to manifest. But we're not even close to the festival, are we? Isn't it like the 16th or something? So we're still quite a couple of days out. In fact, we haven't really even mentioned the festival this arc. But yeah, Rika is really acting more this time. Huh. Again, why does the name what was it? Hariyama? Why does that... See, I'm cautious to look anything up. Because if I type Hariyama in, if I type in when they cry Hariyama, I worry that I might spoil something for myself. So I want to look more into that because that name sounds familiar. But at the same time, I don't want to just in case it's a spoiler. But for some reason, the name Hariyama stuck out to me. I don't know why. Actually, what were the name of the three Higurashi, the three families? The three great families. Kimiyoshi was the other one. Okay, so it's not that. Maybe Hariyama is just a dead end then. I don't know why, but that name just stuck out. I have no idea why. Like, part of me wants to think that maybe Child Welfare Services... Part of me wants to think that maybe there's something going on there with either the uncle or there's an influence there that's stopping them from really going in. I don't know. But... Oishi is just so goddamn suspicious. And I just can't pinpoint why. I really can't pinpoint why are they showing him so suspiciously this arc? I don't know. But again, like I said last time, actually, this arc's just weird in that the supernatural aspects, the curse and all that, very much has taken a back seat. I mean, we're starting to see it more with Rika. Like, what was her line? This is the power to change fate or something? Was that her line? Let me just find it again. Where was it? Ominous Oishi, yes. It's just before that, right? Oh, Funimation, I love scrolling through you. Yes, everyone's happy. We can do this. Yay! And then Rika. This is the power to tear fate apart. So is this Rika... Okay. Is this Rika trying to change events? Because we know there's time looping going on. We know Rika's reliving this summer, essentially, over and over and over again. This is the first time we've really seen her talk about... Well, no. Previous scenes we've kind of mentioned it a little bit. But this is the first one she's proactively, like, starting to influence things. Like, she's starting to harness this power to change things. And I wonder... Because this arc, presuming it's another 4-episode arc like the rest of them have been, this takes us into the halfway point of the show, and therefore that means a new OP and ED probably. Well, maybe not a new OP, definitely a new ED, because the ED's kind of like already... Everything that's happening in the ED has already been basically shown here with these 3 May arcs, and they usually change OPs at the halfway point anyway. So I'm thinking maybe this is what leads into the true story, which instead of these little mini arcs on the time jumping, we're now going to start exploring Rika more next time. Not next episode, because that is still Satoko's arc, but after that, maybe we're going to start going more into Rika. That's what I'm guessing. Especially since she's visibly being torn apart between these two different characters. Like, you can tell just in her voice acting. It's almost like she's two different characters. When she has this deeper voice going, and then when she has her cheerful voice, it's like very distinctly different voices. And I'm kind of surprised none of the characters seem to pick up on that. I don't know if they're meant to, but it just struck me as odd because her voice was very different for a lot of this episode. I don't know if that's meant to be important or not, or if her voice was always like this and we just never heard it. Especially in the first arc, she barely had... I mean, every scene she's been in, except for this arc and a little bit of last arc, has been just her normal cheerful self and giving the old word of advice to Keiichi, but never really doing much more. So, yeah, I'm going to be keeping an eye on Rika next episode, because I feel like this is now starting to become more about her. I imagine. Interesting. So yeah, question for you guys in the comments, because you guys are always very active. Does the name Harayama mean anything? Have we heard the name Harayama at any point in this series so far? I don't know why. I just can't... I can't get the name out of my head. I don't know why. I don't think it's important. But at the same time, why do I feel like I've heard it before? I don't know. If we've heard it in this series, please let me know. If we haven't, just say that no, we haven't. And if he does become important later on, don't say anything to that effect, because I don't want to know if he is important. But for some reason, my mind thinks it is. I just can't tell why. I haven't even seen Jiro or Mio in this arc either. I don't know if we will at this point. Yeah, weird arc. I think this arc has thrown me way more than the previous two. Like, the previous two have been interesting and have been, how can I describe it? How can I describe it, actually? Suspenseful and all this, like, especially with Revelations of the Curse and everything like that. This one's been so detached from that. That's what it feels. It feels so different in that regard. And I don't know if I prefer... I don't think I prefer this story compared to the others. Like, it's just throwing me so much right now. I really do not know anymore. I really, really do not know anymore what to think. This is going to be one of those where I'm going to have to rewatch and I'm going to have to rethink over the course of the next week before next time to really see what I'm actually thinking and where my theories are lying, because the pacing of this one has thrown me completely because it is so different to the previous two arcs. Previous two arcs were focused around the curse and focused around the festival and then what the aftermath of the festival and the characters' interactions. This one is so purely focused on Satoko that the festival and the curse have really taken a back seat here. And I do wonder if it's just going to violently show back up next time or not. I do wonder. In theory... next one is the last one of this arc, so... it's going to have quite an explosive end, or it's going to lead up into what is the second half of this show, whatever that ends up being as well. Like, this show's crazy, alright? I'm going to shut up now because I don't want this to go too much longer. It's already close to 40 minutes, so I don't want to keep going. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments. They all help grow the channel, and I need the comments more than ever in this arc. This arc's really thrown me, and I just... like, I felt like the first 2 arcs, I was keeping up rather well. I was picking up on things. This one, I feel very, very lost. I don't know if that's just because I've missed a lot, or if there just isn't as much to get as opposed to the previous ones. I really can't tell that balance in my own head. So maybe that's just why this arc's throwing me a little more. But don't forget to subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the full 2020 lineup you can find on my channel. It's all coming to a close very, very soon. Most shows start ending in the next 2 weeks or so. So look out for those, and don't forget Patreon to see picture-in-picture versions of this show if you haven't already seen that at the very beginning of this. So thank you for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.